Hello and welcome to another talk time. I'm Meredith McCarthy. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist based in Wellington, New Zealand, all the way to there. For some of you, you might never have been to New Zealand. Maybe you've never heard of New Zealand, but it is my home. It is my place and space of belonging. And I'm passionate about talking to people and educating them around hypnotherapy and what it can do for you. So we've been doing a bit of a series. Across cultures and across time, humans have tried to answer some questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What's this all about? And I thought I'd talk about these 5 basic truths that I do contemplate with my clients in each session. And today's topic of interest is that creative power of thought and consciousness, and how I work with that as a clinical hypnotherapist. So if you're interested in that, buckle up. Here we go. Right, consciousness. When we are conscious about what we're thinking about, we can start to play with it. This is magical, in fact, because every time we have a new thought, an idea, we are stimulating new neuropathways, new neurosynapses inside our brain. We're changing the brain. So if we have a dream, a personal goal, desire, it starts with a thought. It starts with a conscious thought often. And through that creative power of thought, it begins to move us into action. We've got to, though, have thoughts of belief alongside that too. We've got to believe that we have the ability to achieve that we're dreaming about. And this is part of the journey. This is part of you growing, learning, exploring who you are and how you fit into the world. In the other talk times, we talked about love and loving yourself, and really that importance of the thoughts that you're thinking, and how when we're being our own inner best friend, how important that is. And that's part of that creative power too. We've got to imagine ourselves in our mind doing good things moving forward, that we are capable of having nice things happen to us, that we are capable and we deserve the best that life has to offer. We also need to think about where we sit in the way of the idea of unity and oneness, that we're not alone, that often we think in a singular way, but actually to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, there's a whole lot of other people that are going to probably support you in that ability for it to be realized. And this leads us into that interconnectedness, that feeling of community, that feeling of belonging, space and place, and the people we come across, and that synchronistic stuff that happens. And that leads into how we see ourselves, often the nature of ego. And I'm not good enough, I'm good enough, all of those things. And talking about that idea of I'm enough just the way I am. It's nice to create new goals, dreams, and desires. It's part of the journey of experience, but you can still have happiness in this very moment in time. However, if we want to really plug into the creative power potentials, this is where hypnotherapy really comes to life. So when we place in our mind an idea, we give energy to it. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. This is huge. So I'd like you to contemplate that. I'd like you to think about how you are putting attention towards things that you want to accumulate. Now, I talk a lot to my clients about the doing script and the don'ting script. If we get stuck in focusing on what we don't want, we're giving attention to the wrong thing. We're maybe compounding a negative message instead of focusing on what we want, what comes next, what's happening now. From now on, I am relaxed, I'm at ease, I'm confident, I'm achieving my goals. whatever that is. What is it that you want to start to dream in? Because when you start to dream it in, things start to happen. We are transmitting signals out into the world around us, and synchronistically things start to line up in line with the thoughts that we're thinking. We are manifesting our reality around us at all times. So it is important to think about the nature of your thoughts. What are you daydreaming on? What is your creative soul lusting after? I remember a moment many years ago. I was with a good friend down south, and we went to an art gallery, and I was being a bit playful and stupid, and I love art, and I was talking to my friend about wanting to exhibit one day. And there was a whole lot of cloud paintings. I said, oh, that'll be my painting one day. That'll be my painting one day. That'll be my painting one day. Now, no less than a couple of months went by, and I bumped into an old friend. We got off the train, and I walked along the waterfront, and she said, how are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm just starting to paint again, and so on. She said, oh, have you ever exhibited in the fine arts gallery and on the waterfront? And I goes, no. She said, oh, you can just go and join and submit your stuff. And I said, really? So I went in there literally that morning, joined up, and guess what I put there? I put 2 cloud paintings. And so they've since been sold, not at that time, but it's quite exciting. And then out of the blue, I was saying to my friend from down south, I'd really love to do a solo. I can just see it in my mind. I'm getting excited about it right now, and I could see it all forming. Well, I had done this big painting, and I had it in my the waiting room in my office outside here, and it's a huge painting of ripples in water. And one of my clients wanted a print of it, and I'd never done any prints before, so I thought, I'll go along to the hut and check out the camera store and see whether they can do a print, a really good quality print of my painting. Anyway, they did the print, but the lady that served me, she said, oh, is that one of your paintings? And I said, yeah. She goes, have you got more of paintings like this? And I said, yep, I do. She said, would you be interested in doing a solo exhibition at the Hut Art Gallery? And I'm like, yeah. When? And that was it. And now I'm coming into my 3rd exhibition. So many years have passed since then, and it's been a really neat journey to be able to create incredible works of art for each of the exhibitions. And I've had many people who have bought them. Thank you to those out there. If you are following this podcast, you know who you are. And I've also had commissions, which is really cool. Petrifying, I might add, but commissions. Now, coming into that creative power of thought and consciousness, strong emotion is a big part of it. When we really, in our heart of hearts, know that that's what we want, something special happens. And synchronistic things, better than what you can imagine, occur, where synchronicity happens. We bump into the right person at the right time, the doors of destiny open, and there you are on this brand new path doing things that you love. If it's congruent with your life journey, I'm here to be a creative. Look, I think outside the box all the time, and I love to support people, but I also like to create lovely things. I get fascinated with textiles and how paint works and things, and I can sit there for 13 hours nonstop painting a painting. That is what I'm capable of doing. So that creative power of thought, that consciousness, and bringing these ideas to life. You are more powerful than you think, but sometimes we diminish this power through beliefs that really don't serve. So as a hypnotherapist, I support people in being that inner cheerleader, into cleaning up the thought stream, into really understanding that strong emotion wins, and clearest intention and strong emotion dance together. They make things happen, and we're transmitting that we want out to the world. So be cautious about how emotional you are around the things that you don't want, and make sure that the emotion of the things that you're ready to have in your life is far better, far greater. And that is what will win. That is what will cause you to manifest and bring into your life those things that you know you want to experience in this lifetime. So when I'm working with people, that power of manifestation is huge. I hope you've enjoyed today's talk time. I hope you've enjoyed the series around the 5 truths, and how I work with my clients. If you're interested in knowing more about clinical hypnotherapy and you want to learn how to become a clinical hypnotherapist, check out the nzach.ac.nz site, and I'd love to be your guide. I love to teach about this. I like to help people in all sorts of ways. And yeah, if this has resonated with you, please comment below. If you like this sort of thing, like and subscribe. I'd love to talk to more people actually as I journey through this about all of these kind of questions, and see what they have to say about how they look at it too. So yeah, enjoy. I'll see you back here next week, and yeah, for now, take care. Bye.